Action.
We usually do a little banter. Shane,
Yeah.
nice reading glasses.
Thank you. Yeah.
Are you reading the owner's manual of a Tesla truck?
I'm reading a book on roses right now.
Roses?
I was wearing these earlier just for fun, and then, I work from home, so I do stuff like that.
Do you sometimes put on like a little party hat?
Yeah, sometimes, and I'm just by myself. But I'm in a bit of a problem right now, but it's not part of my show problem. But a TELUS teen just came to my door.
Okay.
And
you invited them in?
No, I panicked, and I was like, I don't know if he's scamming me, and I was like, I need to see your ID. And he showed me his ID.
In those glasses?
Yeah. Yes, I'm wearing the glasses too.
I don't think they scam you.
You're wearing a towel?
Yeah, he's like, let's see your ID.
No, I panicked. That's why I have a nice shirt on, because I wasn't wearing it. And I've quickly, there's a guy there. And then I've said yes to something, and I think they're now setting up like a security thing around my place.
Dude, you gotta stop just saying yes to everybody for things.
Well, it sounded pretty good. I mean, it was free. And then he's like, oh yeah, you get a free doorbell camera. And I'm like, well, I don't have a doorbell. He's like, well, we'll figure something out.
You're going to be so secure.
Dude, if the thing is, though, most people I'd be like, you don't need a doorbell camera. But his life, you should have cameras with you all the time.
But it doesn't really work if your door has a window in it.
Yeah, right.
It's like
you're missing a wall.
I'm like looking on my phone. They can see me looking at them through the doorbell camera.
Yeah, we'd like to give you a doorbell camera. Well, as you can see, I don't actually have a door on my house.
So, man.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, my name is Dan.
I'm Shane.
And then you say, I'm Tara.
I'm Tara.
Okay, yeah, we have a special episode of What the Hell's Your Problem today. Sarah went camping without any of her gear except for her laptop, even though we told her to bring it.
Yeah.
And so today we have a special fill-in. I'd like to welcome my hot-ass wife to the show, Tara Campbell.
Hello.
Yay!
Thanks for having me.
You're so wow, and she can sing. My God, is there anything she can't?
Don't gush over me.
Okay, all right.
Hey, gushing's allowed. We can gush.
Yeah, we're big gushers here.
How cute.
It's one of our problems.
Yeah.
Gross candy.
We can't see. Dude, do you remember what was your go-to candy when you were a kid?
I'm a sour guy.
Sour Patch? Like Sour Patch Kids?
Sour Keys.
Yeah.
And Reeds.
Do you remember when there were the 1 cent candies? Did you guys have the 1 cent candy craze when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Egg?
Yeah, you'd count out 100 of them and it'd be $1. And then the Sour Keys, there was the 5 cent ones and then the 25 cent ones.
Yeah, the big honkers.
But you would never spend the 25 cents on a big one because then you're just like blowing your whole load on the one.
Yeah.
So you get all the 5 cent candy. Dude, what a time when you could literally go to the store with a quarter and get 5 candies.
Or you could get one of those jawbreakers and you could just like take that around with you for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Kids come
watch
school. They would have the jawbreaker in a Ziploc and on it at school.
Right?
Like that's
those were just the rich kids' parents though that like made them like worry about germs.
Mine was in my pocket.
Yeah, ours were just under our beds.
Yeah. My parents wouldn't under our bed. There it is.
Yeah.
My parents wouldn't let me have one for obvious reasons, probably because I needed a leash even when I wasn't on candy. And then I finally got one, and then it just like sat. I had a bedside table when I was a little kid for reasons I'm not sure of, and I just put the jawbreaker on. I would wake up in the night and like hit the jawbreaker like it was a vape.
It was like your phone.
Yeah, it was like my phone. Yeah.
What layer am I on?
Holy shit! What layer am I on? It's crazy.
Things moved way slower back then.
Yeah, I gotta get up in the night, man. I'm almost at the gum.
Okay, a question.
Okay.
Does a chocolate bar, because like in the States they call them candy bars.
Yeah.
But I feel like chocolate bars and candy are different things.
Totally.
Right.
100%.
I agree.
Chocolate's not included in candy.
Right.
Candy is like totally separate. I've never really, except for when I was like a little kid, I've never been a candy guy.
Really?
Honestly, as an adult, I was a chipsman.
Mm.
I was a
Delicious.
I had no sweet tooth at all, and then I got sober, and then I was like, let's get a tattoo of a Dairy Queen Blizzard on my leg.
Yeah,
Now
I noticed when I quit drinking for the 2 days or whatever that I was like just eating candy like so much. Like I was like, oh yeah, I can actually drive now, and I like.
So sobriety is not going great then?
Well, it's going all right. I just finished my final wedding, which is what I was going to talk about. I'm in the summer of weddings right now, so
You want to go first?
You're already done?
this is the third one. It's done. That was
Wow.
the third and last.
Good job.
Yeah,
Summer
it was
of weddings.
horrendous, but
Summer of weddings.
it
How
was a
old-
wedding I didn't have to do anything for. So it
How old
was-
are you?
What?
How old are you?
36.
Yeah, you got to be coming to the tail end of wedding times in your life because it starts to stop eventually. Like where I'm 44, I wouldn't say she can tell you. She's 17. She's 42.
Oh my god.
And we're
I'm
not.
jail date.
Yeah. I am. I am. We never have to go. We were supposed to go to a wedding next week that I can no longer go to because I got to be out of town. But
Well, the way
We
to
don't
do
really
it is
have
just
to-
not have any friends, and then nobody invites you to weddings.
That helped.
all our friends are either already married or getting divorced.
Yeah, now it's like gender reveal parties and shit.
Ew.
I don't think that's actually accurate at all. Our friends either have kids or have vasectomies. One of the two.
That's true.
My
Yeah.
manager said at work, because she noticed I was booking all these weird weekends off, she's like, oh, you're in the wedding phase. Next up
Ew.
is divorce, and then next is funeral phase.
Oh yeah. I think I'm starting the funeral phase.
Yeah.
I have someone's ashes in my house right now.
Oh my god.
You ever seen someone's ashes before?
Yeah, I have.
seen a dead
Yeah, you guys want to see a dead body?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I have former guest of the show Kathleen McGee's ashes in my house. Just a little vial of them.
Oh, are you taking them
Well-
with you?
Welcome back to the show, Kathleen. You would think that's funny. Her late husband, not her late husband, I mean he's dead. Her widower, Adam. I was in Edmonton on the weekend doing the Grindstone Comedy Festival, which she used to be a big part of, and he was doing transport for people, and he picked me up. And I haven't seen him since she passed away, and I got in the car with him, and I was like, "How's it going, man?" And he goes, "Pretty good, newly single." And I was like, "Whoa!"
That's funny. Yeah.
But Kathleen, if you
Would
know
have
if you know Kathleen, she would love
Would have loved it.
any joke about her. I remember we were doing the Winnipeg Comedy Festival together only a few months before she passed, and I was hosting the Dark and Dirty show, and then I came out after her and was like, "Give it up for Kathleen." I'm like, she'd just done a bunch of jokes about her cancer, and I was like, "Give it up for Kathleen. She does every show like it could be her last, and it might be." And then she loved it. Afterwards, I was like, "Oh, is that too much?" And she's like, "Oh, absolutely not." She had this joke that she was doing while she had cancer that like now whenever anyone takes a selfie with her, she's like, "Is this for to post like on Facebook with me
Is this
after
a
I die?"
posthumous?
Yeah. I know what you're doing with this.
Yeah, the memories, the Facebook memories or whatever.
She was the best, dude. R.I.P. Kathleen, and I'm gonna take her little vial of ashes and spread it at Heckler's.
At Hecklers?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, that is what we already have a little plaque for her. Fun fact: her last show ever was at Heckler. She filmed a special there, which is coming out.
Yeah. But
Her
wait,
and Daryl Lennox, both of them, their last shows at Heckler's.
is Daryl Lennox ashes at Hecklers as well?
No, Daryl Lennox. I don't know if he had ashes done. I'm not really
I don't
sure.
know either. Wherever he is, he's still mad at me for a lot of.
Yeah.
Who isn't?
Holy jeez. Okay.
What's your wedding story?
Yeah, you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay, so there's a few things I wanted to get off my chest here. Number one, Dan, did you hear anything about the last episode?
Sarah told me the things that you guys hated about me, but I gotta level with you. I don't listen to this podcast.
Okay, well, here's the thing. So she forgot to tell me that was the theme, or like that to
What?
do.
We talked about it in the group chat. I talked to you about it.
No. So
Yes.
I
I'll screenshot it.
everyone's shitting on you, and I'm like, what?
He's such a gaslighter.
No,
This is the same thing as the roast. It's the roast all over again. Shane and I roast battled one time, and he wrote like 30 jokes for the last round, and then afterwards was like, I didn't know the rules. And I'm like, you're in the email string with me. You knew the rules.
My fat face on a t-shirt, okay? Like, at least I had those jokes to combat that.
And I still lost. I printed out a t-shirt with his face on it, and then I revealed it with, it wasn't your fat face. I think it was you passed out in a ditch.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic one.
Same thing. Your fat face was there. Anyways.
I riffed on you, and I didn't say anything too mean. I do regret saying that I got kicked out of Canadian Brew House for doing drugs.
I heard about this.
Yeah, anyway.
So Shane got
set a clip, please.
Shane got kicked out of Canadian Brew House for doing drugs in the bathroom, which is at a mall, by the way.
In the bathroom.
And then he was like, talking about how that was like back in the day, and Sarah was like, how long ago? And he was like, 4 months.
It wasn't in the bathroom. That was the problem. It was outside underneath the...
Yeah, that was the problem.
You were smoking in the Tim Hortons.
They let you do that. Yeah.
Anyway, so I went to my friend's wedding, and a couple things happened that there was problems with. It was free booze.
Oh yeah, huge issue.
I thought it was going to be pretty wild, but it actually wasn't that wild. But
and so just you got fucked up? Is that what ended up happening?
I didn't get that fucked up, honestly. I really kept my P's and Q's in order.
Cut to Shane streaking the wedding with a torch.
No, because I've had a talking to that if I'm going to something with my girlfriend, I should be spending time with her, not talking to other people about their fun ideas that they have with their life.
Oh.
Okay, wait. Does that mean doing cocaine, though? Is that what you mean by that?
Well, there's some occasion where they're probably on cocaine, but I just enjoyed talking to other people.
We go to stuff all the time, and we don't spend the whole night talking to each other. We go and talk to other people.
Check in.
I'd way rather do cocaine than talk to other people.
Wow. Holy shit, triggered.
JK.
Say less.
Like, she wants to check in because who knows what I'm going to get up to, because she knows, like... Anyway.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to walk back my previous statement because you and I are very different, and you do need to check in with her.
Yeah.
I'm just talking to people. You're getting into mischief.
Yeah. So anyway, I was drinking like pretty responsibly, but there was only one bathroom, and it was at this huge, amazing property, but there was like 100 people there, only one bathroom. And then I was like, that can't be real, because I'm in line all the time. I'm gonna sniff around here. Like, there's another bathroom. So
interesting choice of words.
It was the bride's parents' house, so I befriended the dad, who then I found out that he's doing a lot of weird things out there. But
like what?
I don't know. He had solar panels on a shed, and I'm like, I wonder what that's.
That's sus behavior.
What a lunatic! Wow! What a crazy maniac!
Powering his kitchen.
Whoa!
But I befriended him, and then he's like, you know what? You can use my bathroom in his room.
Ooh.
And I went in. It was a Japanese toilet with heated seat and button.
Oh, what?
Ooh, and a bidet.
Yeah,
I didn't have to sit down, but I did because it was amazing.
Like you forced one out.
Yeah.
Nice.
My problem was I was like meeting. I didn't know like some people there. One girl, I said I was in line to get food, and I said, "Hi, I'm Shane," and she said, "Hi, I'm horny," and I'm like, that's aggressive, and I don't like that.
Like Orny Adams?
Horny.
Oh, she said I'm horny.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Homeboy still got it.
Well, who does that?
That's not her name.
I hope not. Maybe
Is she an owl?
She's of a region that could be her name, actually. So maybe
the region, the night sky.
On her, and I was like, why were you hitting on me? I have like a plate of chicken wings as big as my head. But then, so here's my real issue is, so I met this guy, and he turned out to be a Paralympian. He won 3 gold medals.
Wow.
And I talked to him.
What's he missing?
And I kept being like, the fun thing was he actually didn't tell me that he won 3 gold medals right away, which I was like, dude, if I won...
What kind of a loser does that right away?
Well, no, that would...
Greg, nice to meet you. I've won 3 gold medals.
Yeah, I would
better than you.
I would
100% in this conversation.
And then so I kept like introducing him to people. I mean, like, hey, you know, this guy, he won 3 gold medals at the Special Olympics, and he's like, hey, man, not the Special Olympics. Everyone wins a medal there.
You said no one wins a medal there?
No, everyone does.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
But apparently it's like, I didn't realize it was 2 different things. But anyway, so this guy's fucking awesome. He's showing me photos of his medal and shit, and then his girlfriend loses her purse, and he's like, I hate to ask you this, but can you go find it? Because I can't.
What? Because was he missing something?
She lost her purse.
No, is he missing a limb?
Oh no, he can walk, but he's like more, you know, in a wheelchair kind of guy.
No, I don't get that. He can walk, but he's in a wheelchair? Is he
medical term? I don't want to get in trouble. It's like...
You can say the medical term that he has. There's nothing wrong with
it.
What?
It's like, I want to say bow-legged, but it's not that. But it's like...
He's got some sort of stuff going on. He's got knobby knees?
So he needed you to go look for his girlfriend's purse.
Yes.
What a crazy person to ask.
And I said, okay... Does she have like one of those Apple like Finder tags? And he's like, she does, and it showed that it was in the bushes around this giant property. So I'm like out there like rooting through the bushes.
How does this happen to you all the time?
And then, oh man, that sounds like fun.
Did you find the purse? You're like geocaching for this chick's purse at the wedding?
My girlfriend's like, where have you been? I'm like, you don't, like, it's too long to tell you.
The wedding scavenger hunt.
I said, I'm trying to find this, like, gold medalist girlfriend's purse. And she's like, why isn't he finding it? I'm like, I'll tell you later why he can't. And so then I was like, I told someone else, this other girl I'm friends with, and then she immediately found it, and it was in the living room of the house.
What? So somebody threw the thing. This is the plot thickens, man.
But why is the air tag telling it's outside? But
yeah, they threw you off the scent.
They threw you off the scent.
Well, you thought I was going to steal the purse?
I mean...
Maybe he wanted to see what you were capable of.
Were you wearing those glasses?
He didn't want to talk to me anymore.
That was a test. It was a test. Yeah, that's a test. You want to talk to me? Go find my wife's purse, throw the air tag into the bushes. I'm timing you. Ah!
Don't forget I have 3 gold medals.
Yeah. I have 3 gold medals. Oh my god, that's crazy.
I told him, I was like so excited to tell him that we found it, and he was like, he wasn't that enthused.
He didn't even care that
you were talking to him again.
Yeah, well, I think he just looked mad. So yeah, maybe I am the problem in this story,
and also the other stories.
Yes. Anyway,
oh, good, you're back. Maybe you can do it faster this time, buddy. Okay.
Go get it again.
Try again.
Go get it again. This time it's at the bottom of a well.
I'm trying to be a nicer person to help people, and you know,
but you're not. It's not that you want to help them, it's that you don't know how to say no, and you get yourself into crazy, chaotic situations.
But it's great it's hard to tell the stories like doing stand-up. No one ever believes me.
I know, that is the thing. You need to do like a whole bit explaining about how crazy your life is so that people, like, you need to double down on letting people know how weird your shit is.
So I'd like to say I say yes to like hopefully get a funny story out of it, but it's not the case. I literally have trouble saying no. So
yeah, and also you say yes, and then
he's putting a security camera up right now.
Yeah, crazy. Hey, did the guy in the motorized scooter or whatever ever come back?
Which one? No, I'm serious. I have like there's a million of them.
Well, the guy
that went to so he comes by every morning at 7 a.m. and he
still does?
Yes. I haven't been a minute though, but
Shane let a guy plug his motorized cart into his house one time because he ran out of juice on the hill, and now he comes by every morning at 7 a.m. and says hi.
Oh, great! That's
It's
so
not
cute.
It's not. It's like he's like
it's problematic.
he's a troubled alcoholic.
I plugged him into the Christmas lights.
You what?
I plugged him in Christmas lights.
Yeah, you plugged him into the Christmas.
You're a
lights.
conduit of chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I gave him a bottle of wine, which I didn't realize was bad, but...
Hey, Bo, name the episode Conduit of Chaos, please.
But anyway, so that was problematic, and it took most of my evening trying to find the purse, but...
Yeah, well, what else went on?
I would rather do that than talk to people at a wedding, TBH.
Yeah.
Just like hide purses in like locations all over the ground.
You sound like you're one of the Foot Clan.
Yeah, fun.
I'm good I'm good at finding conversations at events with people I don't know because I just go for the fat beard dudes, and they're like always good stories. I found one guy. Oh yeah, this happened too. So because there was one bathroom before I found out about the secret one, I asked around. I'm like, "Where do you guys go to pee here?" And he's like, "Oh, if you go behind the RV, that's the pee spot." But then I was like, "Do you mind showing me where it is?" But then the guy showed me, but then also peed beside me, so I couldn't pee. I got shy. And he kept being like, "So what do you do for work?" And I'm like, "For God's sakes." No. And then I couldn't pee, and I was like, "What do you do for work?" And he's like, "Oh, I work at a homeless shelter," and all this nice things. But I was just in my head, I'm like, please just leave. Because I know I have to go, but I can't.
You ever think about just saying it? Like, what if you were just like, "I'm a shy peer, you gotta get out of here"?
I did eventually say, "Oh, your stream is a little too strong. It makes me not have to pee," and I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, that's way
crazy. You can't talk about other people's pee.
Yeah, you don't mention someone else's stream, bro. That's crazy.
And the weird thing is, because I can't say no, he said, "Oh, do you want me to go?" And I said, "No, it's fine." That's the one time I was able to say no. I said, "No, it's fine." And then I'm done. I just pretended I didn't know.
So is this all that's gone on for you? What else you got?
The wedding? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me.
Okay, yeah. Well, I feel like the answer to your problem, again, is just being honest.
Trying to be honest, yeah.
Just be more direct. Just say the thing.
The
class you spend so much time not saying the thing that you make it 100 times worse.
Well, what I'm trying to work on now is if someone tells me a movie that I haven't seen, I shouldn't lie and say I've seen it because I want to keep the conversation going, but then I end up in the weeds.
Yeah, I used to do that.
What's your favorite quote? I'm like, I don't know.
One time my parents gave me money to go to the movies, and I bought weed with it, and then when I came home stoned, they asked me how the movie was, and I said I saw Train Spotting.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What's it about?" And I said, "It's about these guys traveling across the country on trains."
Oh, that sounds like a nice
And I was busted. Because that's not what that movie's about at all.
Did you watch the movie later on and realize? Or?
Here's the thing. I think I used to do this too. If someone was like, "Hey, have you heard this band or have you seen this show?"
Right.
I would always be like, "Oh, yeah," because I don't want them to think I'm a loser because I haven't seen it.
Okay,
Two things about that. One, people, don't think you're a loser because you haven't seen the thing that they've seen. And in fact, not only that, they get really excited to tell you about it. Mm-hmm. And so you're actually robbing them of an opportunity to be excited about the thing. Mm-hmm. And also then you don't get to learn about a thing.
And they're gonna know.
They're gonna
know.
Here's the issue I have with that, though, because there's a few times that someone's like, "Hey, have you seen the show?" I say no, and my mom does this too. She'll describe the whole show.
Oh yes, this is the only counterpoint.
I'm like, I don't want to.
Oh yeah.
There are times
you can't do it with your parents.
No, oh no,
no boomers.
No boomers for
like,
sure.
Only cool kids.
Judge was actually the bad guy, and I'm like, well, why do you telling me to watch the show? I already know.
Give me of your cousin's dog.
If somebody is yes, fucking accurate. If somebody is like, "Hey, have you seen this YouTube video?" and you know it's gonna be like a 6-minute YouTube video, and you know that person is the kind of person who's about to pull out their phone and make you watch it, definitely say you've seen it.
And it's not funny, and you're like, huh, yeah, this is good.
Great.
If that's the only 2 times I think it's okay. A, if it's a boomer, because they'll tell you the whole script, or B, if someone's gonna make you watch it on their phone in front of you, just lie. That's a totally acceptable lie, I think.
It's always in a situation too where like the sound isn't like quite loud enough, so you can't even really like properly listen to it, and they know that, and they're getting anxious about it, and then they start like holding it closer to you.
They're watching you watch it.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh.
Put it up to your ear. You can hear the guys the banana peel.
And then I'll describe what it looks like.
Yeah. No, that cringes me out.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay. Speaking of boomers, should we do more?
Sure.
Do you want to go next?
I can go next.
Yeah, go next.
I don't really have like a problem that needs to be solved. It was just kind of like an annoying.
Oh, it doesn't have to be solved.
Okay.
That's not. You don't have to. She doesn't listen to the podcast either. You don't have to.
Mine was the problem with me. You can't solve me in a whole.
Okay, my thing, my problem was with like, okay, it sounds like a huge like esoteric thing, but it's rooted in something. It's like
the Tara Campbell story.
Let me give you all my ADHD neurodivergent background before I explain anything.
Please, yes.
It's like leftover. Okay.
Sorry.
Leftover high school trauma that like has no business being part of a 42-year-old experience whatsoever.
Very good.
You're like, how does this still factor into the person I am?
Yes.
They say that like cells turn over every 7 years. There's so many times.
It's happened like 20 times for you.
I'm not the same person, but it still exists back there with so many things. So what happened for me was that I had a cold sore. I know. So gross. This is exactly it. Okay, so like having a cold sore,
awareness.
8% of the population has the virus. It like expresses itself in like some of them, whatever. Anyways,
either just for the
only like disgusting bald witches have it. But so you get one, and like for all intents and purposes, it should be kind of like similar to having like a gross pimple or something. You're just like, oh bummer, here's a thing, I have to deal with it. People are gonna look at it, but like looking. It like no one's really looking. It goes away. Who cares? But there's this part of you that has this like old high school programming subconscious voice that's like, it's actually like 5 voices, and it's 5 15-year-old bitches that are like, somebody sucked a few mini 2 dicks this weekend. You know what I mean? It's like there's this shame associated with having a cold sore. Like you're like some sort of like mouth slut that like.
Sorry, which prison did you go to high school?
Yo,
so mean.
Girls are fucking savage. Like I know that dudes in high school like got beat up, and there was like, I don't know, men have their like whole set of bullshit that they have to deal with. But girls, like teenage girls, they're like long game people. They're like manipulative and vindictive.
Yeah, they give you an eating disorder.
All these, they'll do like all these microaggressions against you to like break you down, so that when you're 42 and you get a cold sore, you're like, I'm disgusting, I'm a gross slut, and I don't deserve to live.
But it's Jesus.
No, that's not true. But you know what I mean? It's like,
I'm a couples counselor to this this video.
Yeah.
I just went on about like not helping a guy in a wheelchair, and then I'm like, anyway, what's your problem?
Well, the biggest problem is that she won't let me kiss her while she has a cold sore.
Yeah, of course not. He can't have one, and I have one.
I'd get herpes for you.
Then we're just like, but then we're just like in a cycle of herpes together.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then we're both gross.
I can't believe I never got one. I was a whore.
Yeah, I did some questionable things that I'm shocked to use
She ain't
too.
slept with 2 girls in his whole life.
Yeah, you get them by being like stressed out or like being in the sun. It's like so
Yeah.
benign.
Yeah, it's not. Is there part of you that is like worried that I'm gonna think that you like were off kissing other boys or something?
No,
But like not like outwardly, but like it lives in there somewhere.
It's more like it's not boys because I'm not worried about boys judging me. It's the girls. It's like girls being like, ew.
I think I'm scared of the girls too judging me.
He's looking
Like,
at you.
Yeah, she gets really upset if you look at it.
You can't look at it.
You can't even see it.
Let me see.
It's
Takes off his reading glasses.
I think girls are judgy, and like if I wear a shirt too tight, I'm like, oh my god, some girl's gonna look at my tits. I think, yeah, I'm a woman.
you will.
That's-
And we'll think about it later, and then that's just who you are to us. now.
Tits McGee.
We never forget.
I know what you guys mean because sometimes I'll catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror walking by and my arms will look super ripped and then I'll be like, man, somebody's gonna look at me out in public and be like, man, that guy is tough. And so I know what you mean.
It's really, really, really a challenge having ripped muscles and having a girlfriend that has.
And you see your giraffe tattoo, you're like, oh
girl.
no.
Herp girl. Herpes the love bug.
I do understand what you're saying though.
Yeah, okay, you guys, neither of you get them, so
No,
you
I
don't
do
know
I
the
don't get
feeling of shame when you're walking around. It's like, the other thing about it is that they are contagious, so you are kind of like a gross leper.
Yeah, you can't eat out any asses or anything. But if you,
Yeah.
But I get it because if I have a zit, it feels gigantic on my face. But like what people see, it's like not that bad. It's
I
just
always get them in the same place. I'll get it like right here,
Yeah.
and it's
I have
always
going on
so
there.
big,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all I can see. I feel that way about my teeth. I hate my teeth, and I like try to forget that I have
Teeth in general.
teeth in general. Yeah, I've never eaten corn on the cob. But like, you look at my stand-up clips online, because this tooth is like set back a little bit, so it looks like I'm missing a tooth. And I had this clip go viral where I'm talking about being a drug addict, and I can't tell you how many comments are like, "Yeah, this guy's missing a tooth. He's obviously telling the
Oh
truth."
no!
Yeah, it's brutal.
Also, who cares?
Yeah, that's the end. The end of the day, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
I think Doug's stand-up had a quote where he's like, a cold sore is like a scab knee when you're good at skateboarding. Like it's just like it's something that happens that, you know, it just makes you look good. You had you had a fun past.
Yeah, but you can't lose a tooth, you know?
Yeah, you can't. You're not doing it right. Yeah, dudes might see that cold sore and be like, I got a chance.
There was a girl in my high school. There was a girl in my high school that had a cold sore, but she got it from birth because her mom, and like that, I felt bad for her.
Oh, like it scraped by on the way out?
Just a little pick me up on the end. But no, she rocked it. Good looking gal, you know.
Got it pierced?
No. There's worse things.
Like paint it like nice colors, you know.
Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good that you get them because maybe you need to be taken down a peg because you're so hot.
Okay, this is going to be a really controversial take, but you know what? I'm going there today. There's a man setting up a camera staring right at me right now. I think cold sores aren't less gross than cauliflower ear. I think cauliflower ears.
Yeah, good. That's a hot take.
Interesting take. Like
you have to train them
to look at.
Like, yeah, they look sick.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's like, oh, I'm good at fighting. I'm a fighter, but
it makes you not want to fight the guy. I mean, I don't want to fight anybody, but you know what I mean?
Like his ear pussing out on my face. You know,
I think cauliflower ear makes you look tougher than tattoos.
100%.
Does it puss out?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like cartilage that just like became like weird and bulbous.
Train them with like a needle and stuff. Yeah. So I mean, it's just because all my friends I hang out with at the gym, I just know a lot about it. So
isn't that what essentially a cold sore is? You've been kissing so much that you get like made a callus.
Yeah, exactly.
You cauliflower lip. That's what happens.
It doesn't have to be dicks. I feel like you get it from kissing.
You do, but that's what I mean. Is that in high school it was like that was the stigma.
It meant that you were sucking dicks.
It meant that you were like just fucking going for it.
Anything to call a girl a slut in junior high and anything to call a dude a fag.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. Sarah's not here, so the R and F words are back on the table.
She can't get fired yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can. But anything to like call to, those were like the two go-tos for the at the time two genders.
And it's so crazy, like how that's so meaningless. Like when you're an adult, you're like, yeah, you fucked a lot of people. Who cares?
Well, and Shane's thing where he can't say no to people is also leftover high school trauma because he's worried that people aren't going to like him.
Yeah. I can't even answer calls. I hate answering the phone. Yeah, I have a lot of...
You answer the door all the
also
time.
Answering the phone is your job.
It's a window there. I
already know.
Did I tell you guys that I have a mail lady that like knocks on the door to give me the mail, but she found out I do stand-up, so she tells me a joke. That's why she knocks on the door.
Why do you get in situations? Is there anything worse than when somebody who shouldn't know you're a stand-up comic finds out? How annoying that is. We were in the sauna one time at the athletic club, and this guy was telling jokes in there, and I leaned over to Tara and I'm like, do not.
Oh yeah.
Do not.
We've been together for long enough that I knew that was a...
Because it's kind of
sometimes you still have to be reminded. Or like
I just get so proud of you.
Or if you're like golfing and you're stuck with the same people all day, if they find out, then that's not funny either. These two guys, one of them, a guy on another hole knew me from hecklers, and then the guy just started talking to me about Kill Tony for like 2 hours. Which is the worst.
I had a similar interaction on golfing recently, but it was a 90-year-old man. But he was my dad's friend. But he also was really good at golf. But anyway, he does he says he did stand up, but then I did the church talent show once, and I was opening for him, and he did like an impression of an old comedian from like the 40s.
Oh yeah.
And now that he knows and seen me do stand up every time, he's like, it's a rough life being a comedian out there. Like, he's just trying, and I'm like, no.
Like he's trying to say you can't say anything anymore type shit?
And he sends me jokes from the newspaper. And I'm like,
like the coffee news?
Paper. That's when you know someone really cares.
Yeah, come by and pick them up. I've saved them for you.
Okay. I want to talk about my thing now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Okay, this week on Stuff Boomers Did to Piss Me Off.
Yep.
This was actually 2 weeks ago, but I've not been on the podcast for a couple weeks.
Yep.
I was in the Fairfield Thrifty's parking lot. It's a grocery store in Victoria. And
Terrible parking lot, by the way.
Terrible parking lot. I was waiting for a car to come out. I was waiting for a spot, right? And then there's another car coming this way. And I'm like, don't take my spot. And then I'm kind of like looking at them, and they're looking at me, and I'm like, don't take my spot. And then not suddenly, very slowly, the guy in the car next to me who's parked fires up his car and starts backing up towards me and like towards the side of my car. And I'm like, what is happening? And then I started honking because he wasn't stopping. I'm like, does he not see me? And I just kept honking and honking, and then other cars started honking to try to get him to stop, and he just didn't stop. He just slowly backed into me, put like 4 nice sized dents and a huge scrape down the side of my car.
Oh no.
And then I'm like, what are you doing? I was so mad. And then I get out of the car, and it's a boomer, big shock.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, I've been sitting here. You got in your car, started up, and backed into me.
Wait, the guy said, what are you doing?
Yeah, to me, even though I've been parked there the whole time.
He's upset.
And then
cauliflower ear?
No.
But he did have a huge hurt.
Yeah, huge hurt. He had a customized slut. What a slut. He had a customized license plate that said herpes.
You're like, sorry, sir, your life's hard enough.
We'll honk for herpes.
And then I got out and I'm like, what are you doing? And then I'm like, did you not see me back there? I'm like, I was there the whole time. And then a lady came over and gave me her card. And she was like, she's like, I saw the whole thing. I'll witness for you. And I was like, thank you. And then I go back to the guy's car and he's like, well, what do you want from me? And I'm like, your information. I'm
Yeah.
like, how did you even get up this morning? How
Yeah.
did you? And he writes out his info. He was like pretty old. It was like, what are you doing? And then I felt bad for yelling at him.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Well,
like,
he probably
calm down.
can't hear, so he wasn't yelling.
Yeah, he didn't even. Yeah, he probably thought I was whispering to him. And then I was like, listen, I'm sorry I yelled, but I'm like, that you gotta look though. Like when you're backing up, you can't just back up. You need to look. And he left and I parked. And then another lady talked to me about it. A bunch of people were super nice to me about it. And then yeah, and then he never even said sorry. I was like, are you gonna like say sorry or anything? He said nothing. He just looked at me and then drove away. And I was like, cool, man. I got his info. And then ICBC, which is the insurance agency, called me and told me he admitted fault to everything, so it's all going to be covered. So it's all good. But like,
Nice.
I don't even care that he dented up my car. I wouldn't have cared. People make mistakes. It's not the end of the world. I did calm down. But it was the fact that he never even acknowledged that he could have been wrong or like apologized to me. It was just such boomer behavior to just like not take any responsibility at the time. Like, you know those people who won't say sorry, but then they'll like buy you dinner. But it's like all I really wanted you to do was to admit fault and be like, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. I mean, he could have been in World War II. So
I mean, he might have thought he was.
imagine he got like he just got discharged because he backed up a tank into someone else's tank.
He gets out and stabs me with a bayonet that he has in his car.
See, the Fairfield Thrifty's parking lot, that probably happens all the time. You guys should do what I do. I just park on Ross Bay Cemetery. There's a lot of spots open.
You hit a deer.
I rear into like a grave.
Anyway, that's all I got today. I'm glad it's getting taken care of, but that's where I'm at.
I wonder about the difference in those kinds of situations. It's a gender thing again, but men in those like high intensity conflicts versus like I got my car hit twice.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't even there. I had a parked car like within the last 6 months, and both times these like nice little old ladies left me notes on my car, and they're like cursive writing written on the back of like their little like planner calendar that has like tulips on it, and they're like, I'm so sorry, please call me. And then we're like texting, and there's like emojis flying all over the place. We become friends. It's like this.
You're in a book club together now. You're playing bridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just wonder about like, how that situation happens. And it's like, I'm the man. I'm a boomer man. I have to be in control. I have to be right. And you're a guy, and I'll kill you.
This is the way you're going, Shane.
No, I'm the opposite. I'm so sorry. I'd probably
that's true.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
Be watering their yard if I backed into someone.
Yeah. Whereas that's the other end of it, where you could just be like, "Oh shit, sorry about that, man. I don't know what I was thinking. Can I give you my information?" Like, calmly. But you would be like, "I'll suck you off here in this parking lot."
There was a guy that backed into me at the Hillside Thrifties. And he was an older man, but when he opened up his truck, I could tell he like been smoking a joint or something. Like he was ripped. And I was like, he's like, I'll get my information. He was really apologetic. And I looked at my car. I'm like, dang, it's already shitty. Like, it's just like,
I don't know.
I'm like, hey man, you know what? You apologize. Just go on your way. And he was so thankful because it turned out it wasn't his car. And he was high.
Do you still have that Lancer?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
how much garbage is in it right now?
You know what? I just put new seat covers on it, and it looks great. But then I eat in my car at work, so I
don't you work from home?
Oh no, I have to go to the office. That'd be fun.
Goes out into the driveway and eats in the car.
Have a nice little sweat session.
What's the answer?
It's a Mitsubishi, right?
Oh,
yeah, it's mostly old Asian women drive the same car.
Yeah. What kind of seat covers did you put on?
So I got these ones that are like sporty red.
You got red sports ones?
Yeah.
Wow,
and so,
interesting.
New car. I just thought I could cover up the cigarette burns that I had.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was it like before? Is this like an old car? Were the cigarette burns from you? How long have you had this?
So what kind of happened is that my girlfriend, I gave her a ride to work one day, and she said, "Have you noticed that a lot of them, we don't have many coffee mugs anymore, and we used to have like 100?"
Oh
And then she looked at my back seat, and they're all in there because I have to go to the office once a week, but I'll have a coffee in the morning. I'll take the cup with me. You know?
Why do you not have a travel mug?
I don't know.
Why is everything so chaotic? Why is
Travel.
every single thing is chaos?
Every mug is the travel mug if you take it somewhere.
And I eat in my car, so don't have anything to do. Because I don't like sitting at the lunchrooms at work, so So yeah, it's pretty clean right now. I've cleaned the mugs out because it saved my relationship.
Did they like spill sometimes? Did you have like coffee stains on your back seats?
Not many spills. I did choke on a piece of taffy and vomit in one of them by accident the other day. But and it was so embarrassing because I was leaving work with all my coworkers going in their car, and I was like, oh, and it just like came up. It hasn't happened to me in a long time.
Yeah, because who's eating taffy? Why are you having taffy? There's so many layers.
You vomited.
I have candy in my front console that I have to get me home because it's gonna take me like 30 minutes to get home, and I
want to just be you for a day.
You don't want that.
Fun.
You don't want
I'm
that.
surprised you don't have birds following you around.
Actually, speaking of, I might have said this on the last podcast, but my cat went missing outside, so I was throwing treats to try and get her back, and then the crows got the treats. Now every time I leave the house, the crows follow me down the street, and it's fucking horrible. And my girlfriend was like, "What have you done?" Because every time we go to walk the dog, there's like 3 crows that are looking at us and swooping down.
Dude, your life is the best thing in the world.
I would think you were cool if I walked by you and I saw that. I'd be like, "Oh man, this guy is like summoning
with those
the
glasses
dark
on."
birds." Yeah.
Yeah, but let me ask you a second follow-up question. Would you date him?
Oh God, no. Date the crow man.
Yeah.
Just walk by his house every now and then and hope that he's around and the crows have
crow guy.
been summoned.
Me too either.
Sorry,
that sounded mean, but
Would you say you wouldn't date her either?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, how many crows do you have? I only date crow women, so
just one. I have a costume she makes me wear. Give me crow style.
Definitely the crows. Yeah, it's pretty problematic. Even the neighbor said I noticed a lot of crows around here recently. I'm like, uh-oh.
You could start a dessert bar and call it Crows and Yogurt.
Yeah, there's been a lot of fucking weird shit
Sorry
happening.
I said that. All right, well.
Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, we could quickly do one from my cousin.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's got.
What does that mean?
Well, my cousin, who we're not allowed to name, likes to message in. It's Voldemort. Lord Sauron. He sends us quite a few of these.
Wow.
Well, he's a lawyer, and so now we just kind of outed him. We already did fajitas. Okay, did we do the coffee one?
Oh, coffee. I paid $8.50 for a coffee.
She paid
today.
$8.50 for a soy latte today.
What?
Yeah.
Insane.
Where was it from?
Discovery Coffee.
We're a soy latte. Dang.
Yeah. No flavor, no I don't know, extra bullshit. It was just an alt milk and some
Bothers me
espresso.
so much because my girlfriend is lactose intolerant, so you order oat milk and it's like an extra $1, and you're like, what
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to hit herself in your store? What do you want her to do?
Okay, he's accompanied a photo for this as well that we can hopefully get up on social media, even though I never post our content. I need to be better at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he says, have you covered this situation? No, we have not. The issue can arise when a roommate or family member share a common shower or bathtub. Who is right regarding when you crack open a new bar of soap? Someone in our household does it every second week or so. I use it till there's no nub left. refuse the new bar that's being introduced, miss the benefit of the nice strokes from the new bar. Is there a time to declare the small nub dead?
Right.
You use it till you can't use it anymore.
Yeah.
You don't crack open a new one when there's still a nub, or else you get nub collections. I guarantee you Shane's shower is full of nubs.
Well, no, actually, I'm not a soap guy.
together
Oh,
to make a special little like
a secret third
a
thing.
medley. Yeah, a nub medley.
I like that.
Mhm.
No, I don't use bars of soap. I have like
Yeah.
a 3-in-1 from Winners that I use. Face,
Or
body, hair.
We're like losers.
But it
Yeah,
sounds
that
like prematurely opening the soap. That would bother me, I think.
Yeah, you gotta. I like this. I like the making a new nub.
Yeah.
I mean, anonymous cousin. If you're listening to this, take the nubs, put them together, make a new nub.
Yeah,
Like
maybe we could have like a special like collection space for when whoever
nub
opens
box.
the new one, then you like put the nub over into the collection.
Yeah, and then you could sing "Go Go Power Rangers" while you're putting it together, like how they all come together. Yeah. Okay, I want one more thing. I'm glad we solved problem. Or I mean, anonymous cousin's problem.
Also, just use liquid soap.
Yeah, just use. I mean, I use a bar soap
Oh, interesting.
when I have tattoos.
Use the goat ones for tattoos. Yeah.
Unscented. Yeah. So I just said that winner losers joke. I stole that joke from
Chris Gordon.
No, but he does have a new bit called "A Law and Order."
No.
It's a Muslim cop. He's like, "Get on the ground." He's like, "No, that's not it. Face Mecca."
Oh my god.
Do you know his new opening? Do you know how he's opening shows now? Instead of saying, "How you guys doing tonight?"
Yeah.
He's coming out on stage with sunglasses on, playing Bon Jovi and throwing cigarettes into the audience.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's really great. I was just with him at Edmonton, the Grindstone Comedy Festival in Edmonton all weekend, where I opened for Kenny versus Spenny.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
But
Ryan Williams told me he did that too, and it was insane.
it was
so bad.
insane. He did say that winners losers joke, which was lame, and that's why I said it, because it was lame when I said it as well. But okay, the opening comic for them on the first night, there was one night, and then I opened them up for them on the second night.
Yeah.
First night, comic was opening for them. He's a black comic, and he walked backstage, and one of them just pulled his wallet out and handed it to him, like as if he was robbing him.
Good joke,
Because
right?
he's black. Good joke. Never
Funny.
met the guy before. Never met him. First time meeting him, just does that.
So
He's lucky it was who it was. And,
Was it Kenny?
I don't know which one
Okay.
did it, but yeah, super crazy. And then I didn't watch the show the first night. I watched like a little bit of it, but it was just them like hammered drunk on stage, like being garbage. And then the second night where I opened for them, they were nice to me, which like furthers the racism to me. And then they walked like 25% of the audience.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was just like a barrage of like racist, homophobic, Zionist. Like there was another comic who is another black comic who was wearing like a Arab like scarf around his neck.
Yeah.
And he went backstage to grab something, and Spenny was like, "Take that fucking scarf off around me," and like mentioned like Jew killers and shit. Like
What the fuck?
super crazy. It was nuts, man. It was so awful.
That sucks because I liked their show when I was younger, but
I never really watched it. Anyway,
Kenny
maybe they're
was also, like pretty funny too. But
maybe they're gonna see this and hate me now. I don't know. They were nice to me, but you were really mean to my friends. So
well, another comedian, Evan Mumford, he opened for Spenny alone, which was even worse. And I guess he was fucked up and tried to have sex with someone's wife. Or
yeah, he seems to be the worst of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another topic is like going to see like musical acts, artists, whatever, comedians that were good like 20 plus years ago. And you're like,
and paying $50 to do it.
yeah, like what are we like what are we expecting to happen?
Yeah, man.
here?
Have you seen those videos recently going around of Axl Rose singing Guns N' Roses?
It's amazing.
Hilarious.
Everybody has to see that. Oh, it's
I honestly was watching him on TikTok. My dog started like, but like, yeah.
Oh,
And
that's so
on the other side of
evil.
things, though, like when Salt and Peppa was at Reflandi last
They
year,
ripped.
that shows I seen like it was
They
amazing.
ripped. But that's different because you're at a festival and there's a lot of stuff going on. If you went to just see that, that's kind of weird.
Pretty bummer.
Like TLC was at Riff last year and they were great.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't go to see TLC specifically.
No.
You know what I mean? But like they were there and there was lots of good acts. Like the Beaches were there, like Feist, it was great.
Or
But
who's
like
the guy, it's like I can't remember. He was like a singer in like the '60s, but they put him on stage in Las Vegas, and he's mouthing the words, but he's like '90s, so he's like
like Tom Jones or something.
way off key.
I saw Neil Diamond because I got free tickets at GM Place in Vancouver, and he was awesome. He didn't move around at all. He just stood there, but he hit every note. Like he was still, he was great. He sang really. He sounded like he did when he was younger. But
Yeah.
somebody, a guy I know is like a big Bruce Springsteen guy.
Yeah.
And he has seen him live like over 20 times. And he says that right now his live act is like the best. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. He says that his live act now is like the best it's ever been in all the years that he's seen him. So there's exceptions to the rule, probably.
Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop was wicked.
But he kind of looked like.
Oh, Matt O'Brien said that he looked like an eyelid. He's got no shirt on. But he was awesome. He was like 100 and he's like running around on stage with no shirt on. He kicked ass. He was great. So there's exceptions to the rule. But man, yeah, that video of Axl Rose.
Oh, it's like his like pharynx is like it's like
bad word.
It's just
My pharynx don't know how it works.
breathy. Oh man, you get all this worked out. But it's like it's not in a way where you're like, oh, this is sad. It's like kind of cute.
Yeah, it was. I agree, but you would not. It would be less cute if you paid $80.
Yeah. Well,
But you should know better. That's on you.
Yeah.
That's
You just
your
sit-
problem.
Like,
What?
do something else. Why doesn't he just sit at home and do something else?
Probably broke, dude.
Well, you could like
Maybe it's fun.
write audiobooks or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe you can play the Goblin in a children's audiobook.
Maybe he gets laid.
Yeah. Gross. Can you
I gotta
imagine?
remember that guy's name, and I'll send it to you guys.
He's for sure got herpes.
Mhm.
All right. We're gonna wrap this up because I gotta pee.
I have to pee.
We all have to pee.
Thanks to the dude from the Big Lebowski for joining
Yeah.
us.
Got him. Good job, babe. Hey, let's all give Tara Campbell a round of applause. What a great job today.
You've been
Good
really.
job.
I do the thing. I'm not behind a computer.
Yeah.
I'm in front of one.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
You said I look fat, and oh, here we are.
Yeah, she fit right in.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, you can. Sarah, you've been replaced. As if
Bitch.
we'd never. Thanks, Bo, our producer, Bo. Thanks, Bo Jagger Essery. Thanks so much. No relation to Mick Jagger Essery.
No relation to Jaggery Sweets.
Great job. Thanks to Grossbuster for our theme music, and we'll see you next week, maybe.
Yes.
Bye.